On the line here with me, I got David Altman, who is a huge UFO guy. In fact, David introduced me to David O'Leary, who is the producer of the show Project Blue Book. And man, thank you for that, Dave. But Dave's got a lot of projects going, and that he has done. He done one recently. What was that called? A Tear in the Sky with William Shatner.
Yeah, Tear in the Sky.
So
yeah, that's still on Amazon right now.
Cool. So anyways, the reason I've got David on the line with me here is because he's coming out to our Moon Lake gathering, July 28th and 29th. And so he's not a featured speaker or anything, but he's going to be there. So he's bringing his crew with him. And so Saturday in the park, if you guys got any big UFO things you want to know about, Dave knows all this stuff. So Dave, for those people who don't know who you are, give me a rundown on who's Dave Altman and tell me about you and your crew.
Okay. So about me, I've been in the entertainment business for a long time, working in music, movies, TV. But, my entire life, I've always been into, the weird and the mysterious, everything from, cryptids to UFOs to treasure and, all that stuff. Pretty much everything, that you're into, plus more weird.
Yeah, you're a lot more than me. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why we get along so well, I guess. So long story short, I somehow ended up working in UFO paranormal television, which is great, which allowed me to put together a team of researchers. I shouldn't say I put together the team. There was a team put together. I helped. I don't want to take credit for it because it wasn't me. It's hard for me I can't really talk about it. So I'm trying to talk about it without disclosing too much.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right. I understand.
Right.
Okay.
So like I can't give away the location and let me, because there's people out there that might want to come out and try and hoax us, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
gotcha.
right. So anyway, so some of us, not all of us, we're going to be out there. What I really want is I want people to come up and I want to hear your stories. I want to hear stories of sightings that you've had, or like experiences maybe that your family's had. That's what I want to hear. I'll answer any questions I can, but I want to hear other people's experiences. That'd be great, especially because we're going to be out there for a couple of days. I would love for someone to go, hey, I saw a Bigfoot on my property. I'd love to show you where it happened, because we'll go. I would love that.
So while you're out there, Dave, you was breaking up a little bit, but while you're out there, I've got a guy I'm going to put you in contact with. He's got one heck of a story, and maybe you guys can go out there and see if it's still going on. I'll have him tell you the story.
That's the kind of stuff I'm looking for.
Okay, so you guys, you called me up, Dave, and you wanted me to go out on a project with you, and I told you, man, I can't, Dave. I've got our Moon Lake gathering going on, July 28th, 29th. And you said, man, where is that? What it is? And you and your whole crew, man, has rerouted your schedule, and you're coming out to the gathering. So
yeah, it was perfect timing, because we had planned on doing this project. We were going to do it the beginning of July. And then after talking to you, and you told us about the Moon Lake, we were like, well, no, we're going to do it at the end of, the beginning of August, so we can come out to you and the moon and the gathering. That's how excited we were about this. Yeah.
So this is great. So I thought that you was just a UFO guy. Of course I knew a little bit, but I see you're, and you already told me, but tell me it again. You got this Bigfoot hat on, so you must be a Bigfoot guy too. Tell me the story of this Bigfoot hat.
So this hat, I still occasionally work in the music business. And last year, I tour managed my good friend, Corey Feldman. He's an actor, but he's also a musician. And I tour managed his band last year. And every other stop we made, on the tour, you know, somebody saw like a little alien souvenir or a Bigfoot souvenir, they'd buy it and they'd give it to me because they knew, you know, how obsessed I was with all that stuff. So the bass player for the band, his grandfather was actor Robert Mitchum, who was a very famous actor from the 50s, you know, 60s, big guy. I'm sure you've heard of Robert Mitchum.
Yeah, yeah.
His grandson is Bentley Mitchum, and he was the person that saw this hat at a gas station, I think in New Mexico or some state, and he bought it for me. So it's my favorite hat ever.
So
just so people know, there's a new series on the Reels channel, and it's a scripted series about how the Patterson-Gimlin film was made. And if you get a chance, everyone should check it out.
So there is a lot of people who have seen a Bigfoot here in Utah, especially in the mountain, in the UNA mountains here, and also quite a few people have seen some kind of a strange UFO type of thing, you know, because we're not that far from Skinwalker Ranch. You know, the UNAs, there's a lot of strange things goes on there. So I'll put you in touch with some of these Bigfoot people, and so you can get their stories from them.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I'm looking forward for you and your crew to being out there, because I've never met you in person, just always over the phone. Or
yes, you have. Yes, you did.
Oh, that's right. We did. That's when you
in Vegas.
We went to dinner to that place with David O'Leary. Yeah.
And George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell.
Yeah, that's right. Man, I'm losing it. Man, wait till you get my age, Dave.
Hey, I'm right there, man. I'm 53.
So anything you can tell us about, anything new that you're working on, any new projects that you can talk about? I mean, is there anything you can say, or what you've done in the past, just to give a
I can tell you that I was involved with the Steven Spielberg series, and that will be out in September on Netflix.
Cool. Hey, I remember, not only did you introduce me to David O'Leary, but you also introduced me to the radar operator guy,
Kevin Day.
Kevin Day, yeah.
Kevin Day.
Tell me about Kevin Day, his story and what went on there, because you introduced me to him also.
Yeah, Kevin Day, and he was also he put together the first team I was involved with, which is from the film A Terror in the Sky, and he was involved with the Nimitz encounter, which is the video, the famous Tic Tac video that came out in the 2016 New York Times article. The three videos that came out: the Go Fast, the Gimbal, and the Tic Tac. The Pentagon videos that came out, and he was the radar operator that caught the objects during the 2 weeks that they were seen out there, which was out in the Catalina Island, Guadalupe Island area off the coast of San Diego. And that was where, you know, it was Commander Fravor, Alex Dietrich were the pilots, and they were the pilots that encountered the objects that were, you know, whipping around and going underwater. And it was a crazy scene. Pretty famous incident that happened. Kevin was a radar operator.
So Dave here is well connected, knows a lot of people in a lot of different subjects, and he's always coming to me with somebody new that he knows that I had wanted to know, and man, you're always introducing me to him. So man, I appreciate that, but it'll be good to see at the Moon Lake Gathering, and
I can't wait.
And
I'm booking my flight tomorrow, actually.
Cool. So with that said, you know, can't wait to meet up with you again, and I'll show you some of these Utah people. We got a lot of great stories around here, and we're going to have a great time at the Moon Lake Gathering.
Awesome.
2023, July 28th and 29th. And you guys out there that are coming, man, get with me, man. I'll introduce you to Dave and his crew, because they've got a lot of great stories. So
yeah, definitely. If you see me, definitely come say hi.
With that said, Dave, man, I appreciate you that you're coming, and we're going to have a great time, and that's a wrap.